There is a video that I'm going to drop here about the Hausa Fulani terrorist people we are protesting, saying that they don't need, they were saying they don't need a Donald Trump in Nigeria, that Donald Trump is killing them. These are the same terrorist people. They are also the same terrorists that we know. In North, they are protesting. This is the reason why I told Donald Trump that you did the right thing. What you did is right, but also wrong. Because the reason why I said it's wrong is that you are not supposed to bomb the terrorists. No. You are not supposed to kill them. Even if you said you want to bomb the terrorists, you have to start from the White House, which is the Aso Rock. Yes. You are supposed to bomb the Aso Rock. You are not supposed to bomb the Fulani S-men. If you want to bring a tree down totally, for the tree not to survive again, is to start from the roots. Start killing from the roots. You must not kill the tree from the head. You must start killing from the roots. So I will place the video right here. You guys will watch the video. So Donald Trump, I am here still telling you that what we need is Biafra. Yes, Biafra is all we need. Apart from Biafra, the terrorist S-men, nothing you can do about it. We need Biafra. Biafra is all we need. And Biafra is what we want. And Biafra is what we are agitating to get. So that is all. Apart from that, nothing else. This country should be we as a Christian need to be separated from Northerners. We have to be separated from the Northerners. We have to be separated from the Hausas. We have to be separated from the Yorubas. That is all we want. So watch the video. I'll be right back. And God bless.
All right, my people. We have a breaking news right now, and this one is coming straight from Kano State. The entire city is on fire with massive protests. Thousands of Muslims, Ariwa youths, and even northern elites have stormed the streets in anger, protesting against US President Donald Trump. And what we're about to reveal will shock you, because it's clear now that this issue has gone far beyond politics. It's turning into something much deeper. Now, according to multiple videos circulating online right now, the protests in Kano are huge. Streets packed, banners flying, people chanting in Hausa, and on almost every placard, you can see mocking images of Donald Trump, some even burning his posters publicly. One of the protest leaders, speaking in Hausa, said something that caught global attention. Let me translate it word for word. These bandits, these so-called terrorists, are our sons, our brothers, our fathers, and our uncles. We do not want anyone harmed or killed. We oppose US military intervention in Nigeria and reject President Trump's actions. That was the message being preached loudly through megaphones as the crowd chanted in agreement. In other words, these religious and community leaders are openly defending the same people the US government has labeled as terrorists. According to the reports, this massive protest was organized by Islamic groups across the north to counter Trump's recent remarks about persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Trump had earlier warned that if the Nigerian government fails to stop the killings of Christians, the US would take military action. And now, this protest is the direct response to that warning. The protesters carried placards that read, "We condemn Trump's threat to attack Nigeria. There is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. America wants to control our resources." You can already see the direction this is going. They've turned a humanitarian crisis into a political and religious standoff. Now here's the twist. While the northern protesters are defending the bandits and opposing US interference, the Nigerian government is also backing their claims. Officials are saying that the so-called Christian genocide is false, that there's no religious war, and that Trump's comments are just a way for America to interfere in Nigeria's internal affairs. But my people, this is where Nigerians, especially Christians, are beginning to get angry. Because the question now is simple. If these bandits are killing innocent villagers, burning churches, and kidnapping school children, how can anyone call them our brothers and fathers? And this is why many are saying that Trump might be right, because this open defense of killers by religious leaders is exactly what exposes the deeper problem Nigeria refuses to face. Let's be real, these protesters didn't come out for justice. They came out to protect the very people causing chaos in the country. They're not angry that people are dying. They're angry that someone from outside dared to call it out. And that's why Christians across the South and Middle Belt are reacting sharply online tonight. One person wrote, "Greater than, these are exactly the kinds of things Donald Trump loves to see. And when he does, he strikes even harder." Another wrote, "Now I'm confused about who these terrorists really are, because none of these protesters look like bandits. Yet they're doing exactly what terrorists would do if given the chance." And my people, that statement cuts deep. Because maybe, just maybe, we've been looking in the wrong direction all this time. Maybe the real problem isn't the men hiding in the forests. Maybe the real problem are those living comfortably among us, in fine clothes, smiling on TV, pretending to be peaceful, but secretly protecting the killers behind closed doors. Because how do you explain this? Ordinary citizens defending terrorists, opposing justice, and protesting against help meant to stop bloodshed. It shows that the problem in Nigeria isn't just the violence, it's the mindset protecting it. And that's what makes this moment so dangerous. Because for the first time, the world can now see clearly that the war against terrorism in Nigeria is not just a military fight. It's a war of truth versus denial. So, my people, that's where things stand tonight. Kano State has exploded with anti-Trump protests. Northern leaders are defending the bandits, and America is watching closely. Because if Trump sees this, and you know him, he won't ignore it.
There is nothing Trump said or alleged that is not substantially true. The fact that the Nigerian government has ignored the reality of a genocide is not in doubt. The fact that the Nigerian government has been complicit in that genocide is equally beyond argument. These are things that most of us have been saying, including me, in books, in speeches. We've been saying this for over 10 years.